Hello, my name is Jahan Shah Fahad, 21018579.
My name is Ho Matthew Chen Ting. My student ID is 21064633.
My name is Thomas Lau. My student ID is 201256001.
My name is Chan Han. My student ID is 210622221.
Alright, so today our topic is about aging and why aging is important for the future. So, like in our discussion for today, we have prepared some points to talk about it. And let me start off, is that fine?
Sure.
Okay, perfect. Then I'll start off with the first point, why aging is important for the future. One of the important points is technological innovation. And basically the future holds a lot of potential for technological advancements, and this can benefit the older people, the older adults. For example, research and development in some areas show that there's like assisting technologies. For example, the robot can help with like picking up the rubbish. It can help with some directions, show them what to do, and it can make some of the task which is very demanding, it can make it easier. So this is one of the points.
Yes, in terms of the technology, there will be technology advancements. For example, AI janitors, which helps to clean the houses. Because in the future, the labor population may fall on the grounds that the elderly are too old to work as their physique is bad. And with the developments of AI, the problem of labor force can be solved. As a result, the future of aging is better than present and past. What's your opinion?
I agree, but then
Yeah, definitely. Aging probably will bring us some new innovation to help different elderlies in their daily life. And also, as the aging problem is getting more serious, there will be more job opportunities, such as in the public health aspect. There will be more demand in it, so there will create more job opportunities in the society.
Yes, I agree with you. And in my opinion, I think economic impact as the population age, that will be a significant impact on labor markets and government budgets. To address issues such as retirement system, pension plans, and healthcare costs to ensure the stability of the economy.
Your point valid. Because if we look at the figure provided by the Hong Kong Census and Statistics Departments, the medical budget the government spends from in 2010 is around a few billions, and in these years it has been multiplied by a few times. It's believed that this trend will continue in the future. So to conclude, the healthcare system's demand will be increasing. As a result, the government will have to spend more.
yep, I agree. Angus, I agree with your point. And we also have actually some more points to add for aging, because it's such a big topic, and I think we should definitely talk about some other areas. Like you mentioned workforce, was it workforce?
Yeah.
Workforce, and he mentioned, what did you mention?
He actually mentioned about
The healthcare,
and
right?
government
Yeah,
budget.
exactly. I agree, and you also mentioned like how technology and AI can help, and also to add, I think relating to the skills of the elderly, workforce skills. Like you mentioned, it was towards the economy. Mine is more towards the skills. So because the aging population, there will be a lot of expert workers. Basically, the workers who are old, they have a lot of experience, and because the future should focus on creating more age-inclusive workplaces. I mean, this provides opportunities for like lifelong learning and reimagining retirement to the valuable contributors of the older adults. Basically, the older adults, what they can provide, yeah, their skills is very helpful, and they can kind of, it's very helpful for the economy also, I think.
When it comes to getting knowledge from the elderly, I'm kind of pessimistic towards it, on the grounds that in the old days, many people don't have the opportunities to study. Therefore, they may not have many professional knowledge. They mostly work in some physical demanding work, such as being a worker in the factories. Therefore, your point may not valid. What I believe the elderly can bring is that they could tell the teenagers about their story, so that the teenagers can be more motivated by listening to stories that some people become the boss of a construction company from being a construction worker.
Yeah, that's true. As elderly have more life experience,
Yeah.
and they have wisdom and knowledge for living for so long, so they can provide some valuable ideas and suggestions for our young generation, so it can contribute to our society.
Yes, I think the older adults have lots of experience for their life, and they can share with the teenagers, and let the teenagers get more information to expect how their life go on.
Apart from this, let's talk about the change in the industry due to the aging problem. Because of the declining labor force, Hong Kong may have to swap to an industry that is less labor demanding. For example, the technology sector, which mostly requires knowledge rather than the quantity of labor force. For example, maybe 10 engineers could build a system which could serve the shopping malls, while it requires more than 1,000 workers to build a shopping mall. Hong Kong could change to only provide design and brainstorm services, which is known as consulting services, and we could leave the labor demanding parts to other countries such as Vietnam and mainland China and Thailand.
Yeah, I agree with your point actually. So basically, you mean is there other more efficient and effective ways for us to kind of replace the labor-intensive work? And yeah, for example, like the countries you mentioned towards the lower GDP countries, because it's lower wages and we can provide them job opportunities, we can save more money and get the work done in the same amount of efficiency. And I think this is a good way for the economy, for job opportunities, for also the international image actually. So we can, there's a many good points for your point. I agree with you.
In terms of
Good.
anyone have something to add on this?
Yeah, aging problem definitely would bring some changes in the job market in Hong Kong, and also as there will be increasing demand for age-related services, it will lead to some new business opportunity, and as I mentioned, there will be some new advancement in technology to help the elderly in their daily lives. And also, the whole society will become more focusing on solving the aging problem, such as we will have some age-friendly environments in the society. So there will be a lot of different changes in the society.
Yeah, I agree with you of your point. And for the intergenerational collaboration, the future will require collaboration between different generations to address complex challenge. just bring a wealth of experience and wisdom and involving them in discussion.
Yeah, the key of a successful environment that help the elderly is the prerequisites to build such an environment is that people from different age generation, for example, Generation Z, which are born were born in the 2000 at the
Yeah, 2000s, like I think 2000 to 2010 or something, or 1998 to 2010, I think.
Generation C is under 2000.
No, millennials is Generation Y.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, your point is there's different generation gaps, like Generation X, Y, Z, and I think now there's a new generation also gonna come out, and yeah, there's you have to find out the way to bridge the gap, you know, because for example, Generation Y people, they only like stick with themselves and their mentality is different. Generation X, same goes for them. They have a different way of thinking, different way of doing things, and this is going to be a problem in the workforce, especially for the elderly people, because their mentality is much different than the Generation Z workers, and it's going to be hard to find the balance.
Yes, having more discussion.
I think let's do one last point and we can end the discussion.
Yes, having discussion between different generations allow the older people and the youngsters to exchange how they think. For example, the older generation tend to believe in that a stable life is the key to obtain a higher living quality, while the millennials may believe that taking risks may allow them to have higher return, which in the end may lead them to a life which they can earn more. Thanks.
Yeah, and I think to end our discussion, there's the aging problem, the aging population. Yeah, there are some good points, but mostly is more bad points for the future, right? Is it?
Yes, we can see that the demand for healthcare increases as a result. The government spending skyrockets, and also the declining labor force means that Hong Kong lose its competitive edge.
Exactly.
But luckily, Hong Kong have many professionals, which may help Hong Kong to swap the wage gap to a more favorable one.
Perfect. It was a good discussion, and hopefully we can benefit from this. Thank you.